Nebraska, Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GannettTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles are possible this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze and a high near 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low around 55. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine with light winds and an ashing high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hutton for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Stein Holding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
With your weekly high school sports update, I'm Nick Sainert. Capital City Schools had a respectable showing last Friday with Lincoln High beating South Sioux City 26-21. Lincoln Northeast stayed undefeated and improved to 4-0 with a 35-27 win against North Platte. Lincoln North Star blew out Omaha South 57-8. And in an inner-city matchup, Lincoln East shut out Lincoln Southwest 20-0. We now turn our attention to Week 5 action this Thursday and Friday night with Lincoln Southeast traveling to number 1 Millard South. Lincoln Northeast hosts number 6 Omaha North and number 4 Kearney versus number 10 Lincoln East this Friday night. This has been your weekly high school update on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from your 1 to 3 hour every day. I don't have my glasses today, folks. You're going to have to work with me on some of the things I look at. Bock might have my back. I started to run home and get them, but I would have made Bock about 10 minutes by itself. What's up, Bock?
Oh, not too much. It's good to be here with you, ready to talk some sports, but we also have some opportunities to win $1,000. It's time for Cash Blitz, $1,000 cash contest keyword. Don't say I didn't do something for you today. We'll get it going here. We've got a word. Text it in to 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. So get out your phones and get ready to text this in. You can also head to the website for the word as well. I'll give you a second to pull out your phone to get ready here. All right, 508-777-1000. The word today, as it is Wednesday, so double checking myself here. Today's word is pay. The keyword is pay. That's spelled P-A-Y. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. Don't wait. Get that keyword in now. Once again, pay, P-A-Y, to 508-777-1000. 1000. Trying to help you guys out there. I see Terrell over there. Are you texting it in right now?
No.
No. Okay,
it's Eric already. He's already
Eric's
started.
already bothering you.
He started last night, and now he started again. I told him I was going to ban him today. So he's got
early.
He's got 5 minutes to get his stuff together, or he's going to be listening to 945, whatever the little rap stations are today.
Well, there you go.
All right, Bock. Let's talk about some bye week improvements. What did Nebraska need to get healthier, to get ready for Michigan State? When we talk about try to clear up some of the mistakes we made against Michigan, try to get some of the younger players. We're going to talk about redshirting. I know Matt Rule talked about redshirting players the other day, and the way he sounds like is that they're going to get 5 years probably in the next year or so. So it'll be grandfathered to him. So, I guess you might want to let some of the guys play, but some of them definitely need redshirting. All right, Bock, start off on my bye week improvements. I say get healthier. Get Malcolm healthier. Get the guys who are banged up healthier. Get Emmett Smith healthier. Emmett Johnson took a beating during that game.
He did.
I seen some of the hardest. I seen this guy get hit probably 3 times. One arm knocked him off his feet. He got right back up, but at the same time, get healthier. Number 2 for me, Bock, work on your run game and pass blocking. You got to do that. Dylan Riola took 7 sacks. Frustrated. Kids got a cool, calm demeanor, but at the same time, it's still in your head that you got sacked 7 times. So you got to get that replay out of his head. And we also needs to get down and get work better on the run game and pass blocking. Work on run defense. Man, we get blitz like that. Hey, get some new guys in there who want to fulfill them roles, because, you got guys in there that it looks like they're going through the motions, or we were just outpowered. That's one of the things that we have to realize, that we was overpowered by their offense. Good running offense will beat Nebraska every time when we say that. Michigan State's coming to town. You got a team who's on a bye right now also. So don't think that they're playing this week. They have a block. So the advantage is 50-50. It's no advantage to anyone right now. They lost to a good USC team, 35-42, I think, 31 or something like that. But don't sleep on Michigan State. Nebraska could go in a little funk, but right now you're on your off week. So work on your run defense. Special teams. Let's work on some of the things we missed. The missed field goals. I can say Archie's been doing an excellent job at punting, but the other little things. Work on our kickoff, kick return, punt return. You work on your special teams. Make them kick 50 kicks a day. Bock, it's off week. We got to have a kicker that can go in there and kick those 35, 40-yard field goals. All right, Bock. Tackling. Open field. Bring back the tackling drills.
Yeah.
Bring back the tackling drills. Stop tackling with dummies. Tackle with the person that's right in front of you. That's the best way to do form tackling. Have a body in front of them. Don't just have them run to an angle and tackle in air, because that's what it looked like we was doing Saturday for the game. We was tackling air. So dummies in space with nobody. So, all right, work on your special teams and tackle the open field. Bob, what you got?
No, I like those, especially, tackling in open field. I think that's something that really hurt Nebraska for all these other failures that we're talking about, or ailings anyway. Nebraska had several chances to get Michigan off the field on that long drive in the fourth quarter, and it was just open field missed tackles. And yes, it's, you kind of go back to the first game when against Cincinnati, back to what Matt Rule was saying, because Nebraska didn't have too many explosive plays. You got to break a tackle. So on Michigan's side, that's what, that was the goal. That's what those players, running backs, wide receivers, you hopefully can make at least one guy miss. But on the defensive side, you got to shut that down. And Nebraska was just had the toughest time getting off the field, and that drive really took it out of them. Of course, Nebraska was able to score after that, have a chance at an onside kick to try to get back into that game. But that was the one that hurt them the most. I'm kind of interested. It's not necessarily just the players that have to get better this week. Now that you're susceptible to that good of a pass rush. Again, you might not see that against Michigan State. You might not see that the next several weeks, so maybe you don't worry about it as much. But there's going to be some teams that you play against that it looks like, again, you are susceptible to maybe not having the edge there against the edge rushers with your tackles. So if I'm Nebraska, acknowledge that and try to formulate plans that maybe if you get in that situation again, you can be ready for it, better prepared for it. We talked about the other day with Kenny Wilhite in the studio, maybe some draws, some screens, keeping tight ends in. And yes, that takes away a lot of your offense, right? In what you want to do. But so be it. I mean, the rest of your offense is going to have struggle going if you can't win the battle there on the perimeter edge of the offensive line. So I think that, I think that's part of it, that the coaches also have to prepare for what might not be there on the roster, right? You want to get better and you want to improve and you want to coach them up, but there's only so much that the way that you can make. So you got to be prepared for that. And like you said, along with that, what would have helped is a strong running game. A strong running game could have, thrown them off balance, made them worry a little bit more about that. And specifically if they could have broke a few more out. So, I think I think you hit it, most of what the goals that I would certainly think about going into the bye week were the things that hurt you against Michigan. And again, there's some things that are going to be difficult to improve too much on unless you have, some shots of athleticism you can pump into some guys. And there are other things that can be worked on. You can get better, like you said, like the tackling. And then there's things that you need to acknowledge might not help or might not be there, but how to scheme around it. Again, Nebraska, you could argue maybe with a lesser roster, was in that game, was fighting, was there. I know a lot of people like at least the resiliency that they saw from Nebraska, not just giving up or not, getting down and not being able to do anything. Again, some of that could be help from Michigan. The personal fouls particularly really helped Nebraska kind of stay in that game. But for this bye week, I mean, I think you just kind of prepare and obviously, again, work on what struggled against Michigan. It might not be the same thing that Minnesota's or certainly Michigan State, the next team ahead, is going to threaten you with. But I'll ask you this: is the bye week more about the next opponent, or is the bye week about the rest of the season?
It's about it's about the next opponent. You got to get better. Make it fix your mistakes. Fix your mistakes, because they can't keep happening game in and game out. Because we're making no halftime adjustments. We're not tackling the ball. We're not opening up space for the running back. We're doing the same thing we did minus the two games that we just played. Okay, it was Houston Christian and Akron.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna look good against them. You got to look good against the other teams. You got to look good against the Michigans. Michigan's not a great team. They're a young team like you. They're young just like you. They got a freshman quarterback, a transfer running back that didn't play at where he was at Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, you got a group of wide receivers that can't even catch, Bock. That couldn't catch a 20-yard pass in the game. So they didn't beat you passing. They beat you running. Something you have to practice at stopping. Somebody asked me, he says, at 20-year-old, do you really think these kids need to practice targeting? This is something they should always know. Well, unless they wasn't good at it in high school. I mean, I don't know how you lose tackling. I mean, tackling is something, it's like eating. You've been doing it all your life. Why stop now? You know, they're 18, they're 20. They should know how to tackle. Shouldn't miss tackles. Shouldn't run up in the hole and turn sideways. That means you're scared or something. I mean, I would rather get ran over than let a guy run past me, Bock. I mean, that's just my saying. Run me over before you run past me because I got a better chance of tackling you, touching you, than not touching you at all.
Well, and there's one thing like the form tackling, like, you know, as far as running the drills and all that, I get what he's saying, but it's another thing, again, to do it at the next level, and that's where Nebraska struggled. Nebraska didn't really struggle all that much tackling, to your point, Akron and Houston Christian. It wasn't something that came up. There was that one run against Houston Christian, missed tackle, and he breaks it all the way, but for the most part, that's not a problem until you face Michigan. So the idea of tackling and knowing how to do that and getting better at it, it's not all just about like the dynamics of it. It's doing it against college level competition. You know, Nebraska should have enough athletes that can give you a pretty good look of, you know, what you're going to see in the game the rest of the year.
When Nebraska plays teams that's better or better average players than them, they fold. Take the Iowa game last year at the end of the game. No way you're supposed to miss that play. No way. No way that guy supposed to ran that screen like that, Bob. Discipline. Lack of discipline. I mean, players take plays off, but these players are taking the wrong plays off. I mean, you're taking plays off when guys are running 80 yards. You're taking plays off when the quarterback runs 50 yards up the middle, Bob. I mean, stuff that shouldn't happen. Where are your linebackers? Where are your nose guard? Where are your safeties? Where are these guys that we want to make tackles? You know, it's things that the little things that we lose from are the big things that cost us. You know, tackling, it's little things. It costs us the game.
Well, yeah. And again, from that, as you make a good point, it's not just, you know, and that's what the defense just had a rough day, and it's not all one thing. It wasn't like they were just missing every tackle out there. No, they missed a lot of key ones. But to your point, it wasn't just that. It was angles, you know, eye discipline, filling the gaps, you know, those sorts of things that can be run over and over again to try to get there. But, you know, you're going to get different looks in Michigan. You give their coaches credit. They prepared them to maybe give Nebraska some different looks. And at certain times I saw it. I mean, they fooled, you know, secondary players into trailing one way and not following where the ball was going. So, you know, it's as a whole. And Nebraska, you know, it doesn't have to be this whole doomsday scenario. They still have the number one pass defense in the nation. Now, that will be tested when they play USC and Penn State. I don't know if it's truly the best in the nation, but statistically,
I don't even care about the pass defense. You didn't get beat by pass defense. You got beat by another phase of your defense.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You've got, there's things to point to that it's not all doom and gloom. There are things that are solid, but obviously don't need those as much as the work in the bye week.
What passing team have you played yet? I mean, be honest.
Well, no,
be honest.
You haven't played a very good passing team.
You haven't. Michigan, ranked 21. Don't pass.
Yeah. But Brandon Sorsby has thrown for a lot more out than the other team.
Yeah, first game, though.
Yeah.
Second game, team just don't pass. Third game, team that don't pass. Fourth game, Michigan State, do they pass? Hayden Childs got great yards, numbers, but hey, or they last. Played a good game against USC.
We'll see. I mean, it's not just about, you know, the threat that they have. It's the one thing. It's one thing to, you know, hold a team to 120, 150 yards passing. Nebraska's been holding them to 70. So, you know, this past game, Michigan Should have had more, had some drops.
Yeah.
But only around 100. So, there's definitely more than just the stats there too.
Once you lose a game, Bob, ranking goes out the door. Your defensive rank, once you lose that game, I don't care about defensive rankings no more. You can finish number 1, but guess what? You still have that loss, and you're going to have more. So stop looking at the rank part. Let's look at the on the field part. That's what we need to stop. Stop worrying about Dylan Raiola, 100 attempts, 1,000 yards. He's number 3, 4, 2, 1 in the Big Ten in different categories. That doesn't produce wins. That's individual status right there. Let's go out here and win the games we need to win, like Minnesota, like a Michigan State, like a Maryland. This little stretch you're finna take is finna be a stretch that, mostly you're going on the road. How do you play on the road? What's Nebraska record with Matt Rule on the road, Bob? Do anybody know that?
Not necessarily. We could add that one up, though. Obviously, close to 500 coach at Nebraska so far, so I assume it's all that great. But, to the point, I think it's great. I mean, if you can put all these individual stats together, the best teams are going to have some of the best stats. So I think there's
the best stat is undefeated, Bob. That's the best stat. You may not go undefeated, but now Nebraska's on what? Whammy number 2 right now. One more whammy, you're out of it. You got one whammy.
I think you go 10-2. I think
but you are not even in position to make the playoffs. You got to make a strong run right now if you want to talk about.
Should that be the expectation? I mean, internally, yes, but from a Nebraska fan base,
it should be. But you need to concentrate on what. Now we've seen the mistakes we made. Now we've seen what's gonna let
some of the flaws.
Flaws you really got flawed out. now You're barely hoping to win 9 games or 8 games or 7 games. I mean, the Big Ten has got better. This is not like, not saying the SEC. This is not like a Colorado team, not going to be that great. UCLA team who's bottom of the barrel. Nebraska's going to finish in the middle of the pack again because now you see teams are starting to peak. You see, do you think Nebraska could beat Indiana?
I don't think many teams right now could beat Indiana.
All right. We'll talk about that later when we come back. Bock in the Blackshirt. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Against Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Against Sports at 48th and Vine.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
M-Suits Clothiers, Lincoln's favorite men's store, is ready for the fall season. Stop by today to see the newest arrivals in casual and sportswear from Johnny O, Seven Diamonds, Mavi, Task, Luciano Visconti, Scott Barber, and many more. M-Suits Clothiers, 1 block south of 56th and Pine Lake Road.
It's time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Correct.
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crew out there working hard. Mr. Mike D says, we lost by 3, right? You're making it sound like we lost by 30. You're right. We lost by 3.
Yeah. It would be, trust me, he'd be a lot more upset if they lost by 30, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then we'd really be going off, and I think wouldn't be great for the Nebraska football program.
When you score a minute into the game, left game box, that makes it look respectable, don't it?
Yeah.
But really, you probably lost by 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough read on that game because it does finish with 3 points. But
it went up by 10, went up by 3, went up by 7, went up by then you're down 7. Back and forth game. It was a great game, though.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Great game. It's just the things that we lost by, we've been losing by 3 points.
Yeah.
Getting dominated on the offensive defensive line. Never happened last year that much. Not like that part.
Yeah, not to the Indiana game.
Yeah, not to the Indiana game.
So it's interesting too. You just
read 1,000, Bob. Read the top. Well, that's too long for me. I don't have my glasses.
All right. 1,000 there. Okay. And again, you can text in 402-464-5685. The Starter Heyman Jewelers text line, much like 1,000 did. Says, I got to ask you, Farley, I was watching the Big Red wrap-up last night, and Damon Benning says, go ahead and play Elijah Judy. I think he's meaning Elijah Pritchett, no matter what his issues are, and work through them. Is that fair to the other guys on the team that are working hard and see one guy not doing their job? Wish Jason Peter was in that room again. Maybe he's talking about Elijah Judy. It says, this is what happens when you pay for play. What's your thoughts on this?
You don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, who else do we have?
At nose tackle or D tackle?
At nose tackle.
Yeah.
Even at nose guard. I think he's a nose guard, isn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, he did get the strip. I mean, Judy specifically played well. That's why I'm wondering if he means Pritchett.
Well, you should have played Pritchett.
But he says Jason Peter in the room, so that's D-line.
Yeah. Who knows? Damon's only talked what Matt Rule want to hear.
well, Damon is part of the broadcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his sons play, so.
Well, yeah.
All right, next question, Bob.
He said I did mean Pritchett, so that can help out a little bit more. So,
yeah, I mean, Pritchett should play. I mean, I don't know why he's second on the depth chart, third. I mean, the guy you had there starting gave up 3 sacks. I mean, Pritchett had a moment where he jumped off sides again, but I think the guy invoked it, but they said he was on the other side of the ball.
It was not a threat to him.
So it wasn't a threat to him. That's a 50-50, and I think he gave up a sack. So, I mean, it's still, I mean, if we're going to start a guy that just gave up 3 sacks, then we're in the wrong business of coaching, because you got to, if that's just one game. I mean, maybe some teams got another strong part of their defensive line like that. I mean, what are you going to do? He gave up 3 sacks against a Michigan State. What do? You got to fix it early before it get too late, because you just don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing story. It's going to be interesting to see. Because it's been basically every game you see Elijah Pritchett make a mistake, and they talked about it in the preseason. That's kind of what's been holding him back. Not necessarily physically, but it's always kind of staying in the game mentally, making the right decisions more often than not, just not making moving early or making the wrong move. It's tough, and you're not really in a great position either way. I mean, I hate to say it. I think if Elijah Pritchett was far and away just better for the team, then he would be starting. I think they are evaluating it the way that they see it is, he might be a slightly better, and then that that offsides penalty or whatever it is that he's going to give up from one game to the next pulls him back to even. But it's not like he's Orlando Pace right now. He's got his own work to do. He came in and gave up a sack as well. So, I mean, I get it. And we talked about it all year. You and I, Terrell, specifically, was the situation that played out is, sure, maybe Gatula does good for 9 out of your 12 opponents, but what happens when you have edge rushers that he struggles with? And that's what we saw. Pritchett go in. I don't know if it made, the biggest difference in the world. But, I think Nebraska, Pritchett, Gatula, throw Corcoran in there. Everybody on the Nebraska on the other side. I think it's a tackle problem. I don't know if there's an answer on the roster. Pritchett might be the one for more upside, and that's why you keep kind of trying to get him to come along, and I'm sure they will. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a fascinating to see how long this goes on, where he's kind of subbing in and out. You just don't see rotation at tackle all that much because it's the one that you have to expect the most and to protect your quarterback.
Well, you know who this falls back on, don't you? Falls on the offensive line coach.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his last name? Who's his nephew? Who's the quarterback? Hey, do you want to see your quarterback get sacked 7 times and their uncle is the offensive line coach? No.
Well, you don't want to, and especially if it's your nephew, I think so. I mean, again, when we talk about this,
we've been dealing with this problem for 4 years now,
yeah,
Bob.
That's right.
4 years.
That was a good point.
They do okay for a little while, then we get exposed. Like now, we got exposed. Now, we go play a couple more good games, get exposed again. No, this is not how offensive line supposed to click. I mean, some offensive lines they have their downfalls, they have their they have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
But this is a down right here. This is a big downer.
Well, Nebraska's just. When's the last time they had an NFL tackle? They've got guys that played tackle at Nebraska that go on to play guard in the NFL. But when the last time you had an NFL tackle? I mean, it's been a long time, and that might be asking a lot. Those guys are hard to come by and are big, especially if you're going to talk about the transfer portal or something. But that's how you truly try to manage this. And even then, they can get beat from time to time against the Michigans of the world. But that's what Nebraska really needs. Again, is at certain levels of play, Nebraska can go out there and match up with a lot of different teams across the country. I think they've got some of the best wide receivers. Again, defensive backs might be tested a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's the best skilled group in the country, but they're number one in pass defense. So you got some arguments. Quarterback, I think Dylan's proven is coming along well. He's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. There are rooms where Nebraska can fight with everybody and up there with talent. For the longest time, offensive tackle has not necessarily been top half of the conference. And I don't think that's necessarily changing this year as we see it so far.
All right, Bock, read me this 1562.
1562. I think this O-line is built for more of a downhill running game than pass protections, but we don't have a downhill running back. The opposing teams know that, so it allows them to tee off on our tackles. So I blame a lot of the pathetic O-line play, his words, not mine, on the coaching staff failing to put together a quality running back room.
You're right. We got too many scat backs, not enough running backs. Difference between a scat back and a running back. Scat back is a guy who jumps around, like to, make you miss. A running back, someone who barrels through the hole, who runs through the hole, don't care who hits him, then bounces to the outside. We have a bunch of scat backs, guys, not that big. Even Quinn Nye is a big guy, not running like he's supposed to run. Runs up high, runs stiff a little bit, runs heavy-footed. Probably have to wait another year or so to see when we could get a top-notch running back. Emmett Johnson is a great running back. Is he a top-notch running back? Probably not like Hayes.
Right.
Don't have the offensive line like Hayes. If he was on a Michigan team, would he do the same thing? I think so. But, if you put a guy like Hayes on the Nebraska team, still gets the same results. The offensive line is not that good.
Well, and that's a big part of it. Again, they gave him 24 touches in that game. And it's funny with that discussion, particularly because for years and years and years and years, and I keep saying years, because pretty much since Amir Abdullah, with the rare exception of an Anthony Grant or a Divino Zigbo by the end of the season, Nebraska fans have been begging, we need a clear-cut number one. We need a running back. We need a bell cow running back. Now you kind of have one in Emmett, but you have it due to the lack of having anybody else there. So it's just kind of funny, and not anything against those backup running backs, but they're along the line of Emmett Johnson. And so it's funny, for years and years, you look for the bell cow running back. You need to have that guy. And now that
we ran him off.
Well, now that they're playing him, it's like, all right, now you need thunder and lightning. Now you need two.
Yeah.
And
now,
they do.
They didn't understand the process when you had a guy like Dardell last year. He was a starter, but it was like both of them were starters. You could have did the same thing, but no, You have to go make one guy happy, make the other guy leave to keep the one guy. Now you don't have a second guy because the one guy was the second guy.
And what do you think too, though? Yeah, and I think he does. I mean, I think Emmett Johnson fits perfectly as far as a one-tool, 1-2 threat toward a defense. Can he be just your bell cow guy? It's gonna, again, maybe half the season, but there's gonna be some games in there where it's gonna be tough to get that going, specifically with this offensive line in that running back room. So, I mean, it's interesting. It is interesting to see how that develops. Now, that being said, and I know you're not big on the stat guy type of situation, but he is up there among the Big Ten lead in rushing yards. Part of that, again, padding the stats against some of the lesser opponents. Other teams have had the chance to do that through the non-con as well. I'm fascinated to see where it goes because even, most teams have, or most running backs, I should say, aren't going to run for 120 every game. There are going to be some down gains. Emmett very well could respond to this very well and kind of be able to be a 1,000-yard back that Nebraska's been looking for. He's on pace for it, but it still does not shy away from the fact that was not the answer to that day, right? To playing Michigan, that they didn't have the guys in place. Now, let me ask you this, because I thought it was kind of interesting. Mekhi Nelson held out the previous week, now took over the number 2 role. And Quentin Ives, who they give all those carries to, who is at least a different style of runner, more north-south, didn't get a carry. What do you kind of make of the backup running back role? It's not just that
this coaching staff is confusing.
Yeah, they're
confusing around. Because how do you go for one guy leading the team in rushing and carries one game? You come back the next game, he doesn't have a carry. Isaiah Mose, he doesn't have a carry. He only has one carry this year. So, but then when you talk about Quentin Ives, a guy who came in at the end of last year in the bowl game, who probably was the number 2 after spring practice, got his hamstring hurt once, got it hurt again, comes back, not probably running the way he wants to, not probably in shape like he wants to be, not probably in football shape, but probably just in shape. It's confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
A little bit confused by it. By the way, we do have a comment on Facebook. Kenny Cheatham says, "Let me get that shirt, man. He likes your shirt you're showing off here on the Saturday Morning Jewelers video stream."
I got this from Red. He does Between the Hashes down in the Haymarket.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice Nebraska pride type of shirt.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. The Nebraska game. More football talk for Bock The Blackshirt. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Nebraska Lottery.
Do you have a new lotto game called Nebraska Pick 4?
Yes, sir. It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you can choose from 6 different bet types.
Kind of like Nebraska Pick 3 with a bigger jackpot and more bet options?
Yes, sir. Any other questions I can answer?
Yeah, I misplaced my phone. Do you know where it is?
You're using it.
Ah, so I am. You lottery people know everything.
Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
Hi, everybody. Charlie Stone back again with Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, there are so many great things to talk about right now. Let's start with new and pre-owned vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, we're all excited those days of inventory shortages are behind us. Right now, we have more than 400 new Hondas to choose from and over 125 pre-owned with just about any make or model in stock.
I know certified pre-owned Hondas are a very important part of your dealership. Tell us about certified, Andy.
We always have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas in stock in like new condition, and they also come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
How about service?
You know, our amazing service department not only services Hondas, but we service just about any make, and we are one of the largest tire dealers in the state. Look us up the next time you need tires on your car.
Experience the best at the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles are possible this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze and a high near 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low around 55. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine with light winds and an actually high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. It doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Football game days are fun for the whole family, but not every child is ready for 4 quarters in the stadium. That's why the Lincoln Children's Museum offers game day play dates for kids ages 5 to 12. While you enjoy the game, your kids enjoy their own adventure at the museum, conveniently located just steps from the stadium. Registration required. And the fun isn't just on game days. The museum is open 6 days a week with 3 floors of hands-on play and activities. Out-of-town families, make the most of your weekend in Lincoln. Visit lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on from 1 to 3 every day. D-Train says, why not put in the quarterback that can run and escape those rushes? I'm actually liking the play of the second string quarterback better. He has good rush awareness. I have said since Dardell left the team, it was a mistake to let him go. He was our better running back. All right, D-Train, when we do ask these questions like this, when you do say, why not put the second running back in, there's a conflict of interest. People really don't know, but Dylan wouldn't like that every time they come out of there on a 3rd and 1. Matt Rule probably already discussed it to us that this is Dylan's team, but you know, it sounds great. It actually is a great idea, but I don't think Nebraska would do that.
Well, like you said, there's the egos involved, and no quarterback that is worth his salt wants to be taken out of the game for any reason. So I get it. I can understand that. I do agree with the texter, especially considering Nebraska's struggles near the goal line, right near in the red zone. I don't think it's again, to me, it's not a Dylan thing, or it's not a Nebraska specific thing. It's just generally a running threat that can also throw near the end zone. When you kind of take away any deep threat, it's just more of a weapon down there and can be harder to kind of defend against. So I think there would be some spots where Latif could come in. I think if you give him some packages, I mean, we thought all along the last couple of years that maybe they would have some packages for Harburg to run, and they haven't really gone down that route a whole lot, right? They've had some gimmick plays, especially last year, kind of thrown back and forth between Harburg and Dylan. But for the most part, they keep Dylan under center. And that's just a decision. Like you said, a business decision, maybe that they've made a decision to keep Dylan's spirits up and all of that and kind of win and lose with your best players. So I get the idea of it. Would have been interested to see what TJ Latif would have done. But it's also worth noting that TJ Latif has put up his numbers against the Akrons and the Houston Christians of the world. When he had the 10 best, of the 22 players out on the field, Nebraska had all 11 of the best ones out there. It would be different against Michigan. I would have been interested to see what it looked like, but I don't know if your results would have been all that different, considering Dylan was able to fight through that and still have 3 touchdown passes, throw for 300 yards. It's not like Dylan had a terrible game. He what people want out of him, and I get what the texter's point is, to have a little bit more of
pocket awareness.
Pocket awareness to a degree, but really just escapability, because part of it is he just can't, and that's something he's working on, but just can't really get to. But for the most part, he was sacked 7 times, but he was pressured a lot more than that. So you got to give him credit for the times that he was able to get the ball out of there as well.
Yeah, you're right about that, Bob. John and Cortland says, since Frank Solich was let go and Bill Callahan was hired, a line from the Grateful Dead comes to mind, especially with NIL. What a long, strange trip it's been.
It has been. And that specifically, again, it almost is past the point of like shock or awe that anything's happening to the Nebraska football program. We've been there, right? I mean, we've just seen the depths of hell, it seems like, if you're a Nebraska football fan. But if you kind of go back to that quote that a lot of people are kind of talking about with Biff Poggi saying beating the snot out of them physically, that's what I kind of went back into. Man, you would think the Nebraska program would just, at one time, that would embarrass me to hear a coach say that. But I mean, he wasn't wrong, one, so it was obvious to anybody that was watching. And it's just so far from that physicality, Nebraska being one of the most physical teams in college football. They're trying, they're taking their steps to try to get there, coaching staff by coaching staff and year by year. But that's something when you talk about going back to the Frank Solich days, it would just have been, it would have been something we talk about often throughout the week. And now it's just kind of like, yeah, he's right. They beat us. They beat us physically. They can say what they want about it.
Did you think that, Bock, when you heard that quote?
I thought back to the glory days of Nebraska football and thought that would never have been the case back then for Nebraska football. But it's just been so long since that happened. I often talk about it. It's interesting, like 1999, 2001, even heading into the Bill Callahan tenure, was Nebraska was like, okay, what's the difference between the late 90s Huskers and the current Huskers? And at that time, it was like, all right, well, there's a few things here.
There's too many to name, Bob.
Well, that's the thing. Is in those days, and Nebraska was still winning 9-10 games. It's like, okay, well, there's some things here. They don't have some athletes here. They need to do this over here. Now, the similarities are so far apart. Like, to your point, there's just so many differences that it's not even really a discussion. It's just, it's a different world. And in Nebraska, hopefully, again, at some point can be on the top of college football and be one of those teams. But that's kind of what this game showed too a little bit in my mind was, one, trying to frame where Michigan's at, right? They already lost Oklahoma, top 10 team, but still an Oklahoma team. And then just kind of watching that play on the field, it was trying to decipher, okay, is Nebraska maybe going to gut it out against one of the top teams in college football, one of the top teams in the Big Ten? Or are they fighting somebody that truly is kind of on the outskirts of the top 25? A lot of this, the top 25 streak of not beating those teams, it's one thing if it's happening number 10 and number 8 and number 1. But Nebraska's struggling to beat number 22 and number 21 and these teams on the back end that aren't among the nation's elite, still have their own holes, still have, things that they have to go through. And Michigan looked very much to me like the number 22 team in the nation, not somebody that's going to overwhelm a lot of the top end opponents in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Michigan was great. They was good, but they wasn't great.
Right.
When I say that, because, Michigan's not going to go far without a passing game. You're going to have to catch some balls. Especially when you play the Penn State, the Oregons, the Washingtons, the top dogs of the Big Ten. You're going to have to pass it, and not having a passing game is really going to hurt them. Even Iowa had a passing game this weekend when we seen them play Rutgers. So, they even turned up a couple of points more. All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some college football. What was that? Adam Carricker music?
That was the start of a commercial.
There we go. Little rock out.
Yeah, we're going to rock out there.
93.7 is the ticket. Bock in the black shirt. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Off. Cleanup made simple.
Nebraska Lottery.
Do you have a new lotto game called Nebraska Pick 4?
Yes, sir. It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you can choose from 6 different bet types.
Kind of like Nebraska Pick 3 with a bigger jackpot and more bet options?
Yes, sir. Any other questions I can answer?
Yeah, I misplaced my phone. Do you know where it is?
You're using it.
Ah, so I am. You lottery people know everything.
Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krekak of State Farm Insurance.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. It doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah. Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock and the Blackshirt here on Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. Euler's in the house.
In the house.
All right, guys, we're going to do the Euler report. Not now, but the next segment. So let's go with some college football talk today, Bock. FSU legend Lee Corso is expected to return to Tallahassee to be honored during the Miami-Florida State game next Saturday, October the 4th. Yes.
All right. Yeah, that is
for
good
him.
to see. Yeah, I mean he's an absolute legend, and it's just great to see that that rivalry have meaning again. I mean, Florida State, Miami. If you're there for the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, it might have been. I mean, we talk about best rivalries in college football. That was right up there.
Yeah, one of the good ones. All right, best chances to win conferences. These are top 3 teams out of each conference with the best chance to win their conference. American Conference, 42% goes to Memphis. 22% goes to North Texas. 13% goes to South Florida. ACC, 51% Miami.
51.
18% Florida State. 12% Georgia Tech.
Well, boy, the South Florida was the darling a couple weeks ago. Once they get that loss, they get dropped down in there.
Yeah, once you get in that loser bracket, you're faded. All right, Big 12, 29% to win. 29% to win the Big 12. Texas Tech, 24%. BYU, 13%. TCU.
Texas Tech ever won a conference championship?
That'd be a good question. I don't know.
I don't think they have. I've never heard of them ever winning a conference championship.
Yeah, not in the Big 12 days at least.
No.
All right, the MAC Conference, 41%. Ohio University, Toledo University, 24%. And Bowling Green, 13%. Conference USA, 35%. Louisiana Tech, 32%. Jackson State, 13%. Western Kentucky University. Big 10. 26% goes to Oregon. 24% goes to Ohio State. 16% goes to Indiana.
Wow.
Oh, they turned on Penn State.
They're
turning on Penn State.
They haven't even lost yet.
Mountain West Conference, 40% goes to who is that? Boise State. Yeah. 27% goes to UNLV. 16% goes to Fresno State. SEC, 24% goes to Georgia.
You dogs.
22% goes to Ole Miss. 18% Alabama. Sunbelt, Old Dominion, 47%. Wyoming's 23%. And James Madison University, 18%. That's crazy. Now they turn their back on Penn State. Huh?
Yeah. Well, the top of the Big Ten is fascinating. Obviously, you're going to have Oregon and Penn State this weekend. Will really kind of help settle that out.
Yeah, that'll determine a lot.
But Indiana, I mean, Indiana looks like a contender. Ohio State certainly coming off a national championship. And as we saw last year, I mean, doesn't matter all that much if you win the Big Ten title as long as you make the playoffs. So, I mean, the Big Ten title might go through one town, but the national championship might go through another.
Yeah. Trying to find my other notes I had.
I think conference championship games should be next.
Do you think so?
I do. I feel that. I
Yeah.
think like you're almost playing not to go to one. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you're, I don't know.
You don't want to get hurt. You're kind of playing for seeding a little bit. There's the idea that those teams automatically are in, and again, are just playing for seeding. But I mean, I agree with you. I don't know about complete. I mean, either completely nixing it or finding a different way to weave it into the structure. But again, it's all these changes in college football, and we try to hold on to some parts of it that still make money or make are relatively nice to us. But
obviously, the television rights and all that stuff and the ticket sales are great, But at the end of the day, as a coach, it's an extra game that nobody else has to play. That's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to have a third and fourth game.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if it would be the worst thing in the world. Obviously, we've got used to conference playoffs, but it's kind of like basketball. You have your regular season champion, and you have your tournament. In this case, you wouldn't have a tournament champion, but you could still
make a
celebrate
little tournament. You make another game, like top 4 teams all have to play in each conference that are getting these automatic bids, right? And
yeah.
So I don't know. That'd be 16 teams.
What do you think? I know we've heard from Terrell before. There's more and more of a possibility of 5 years to play 5 years of college football.
Seems like a long time.
Yeah, it's a year longer than everybody else has had up to this point.
Yeah, I think that's a long time. Like, you want the young guys to get a chance, that kind of thing. So, I mean, we've had some people that it seems like they've been around for a long time. Teddy Prohaska's been around for a long time, it seems like. Maybe he hasn't. Just seems like he has.
Yeah.
For the little amount of playing time that he's been able to contribute because of injuries, obviously. I look at that. My son's looking at a medical, year this year. So he would still have 4 years of eligibility left. So, I mean, he'd end up being here for 6, right? And he played 1 play. So it's not like he played a season. I don't know. Having 5 years to play 5, I think it's too much.
Because, I mean, obviously the old, the way that it's done, a lot of players played 5 anyway. It would be the argument against is that you stayed on campus at least and played on the team for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you redshirted obviously one of them.
Right.
So
I still like redshirts get to play in 4 games already. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that was something we didn't even get to go on the sideline when we were redshirted. That was not allowed. All these redshirts get to be on the sideline, and we had to be in the stands, and the volleyball team was sitting in front of us. That's how bad our tickets were. So we were pretty far up in that South Stadium.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too, because you wouldn't, you can't really go a whole lot further. Like you said, 4 games. I mean, if you said, okay, let's do 6 games instead, well, then you're just like, well, then let's just do 5 for 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much further they can get with it.
I don't know. 4 years seems like enough. Like, I think it takes away from, those kids that are younger needing an opportunity, right? Like, you got 5 years, you play for 4. I don't know.
Terrell, you see the movement obviously headed toward closer to 5 for 5. Are you coming around to it at all?
No.
Yeah, still not.
The only reason I would if I was in school.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and I was getting $250,000 a year for 5 years. That puts me around one. Yeah,
an extra year of earning potential.
Yeah, $1.2 million when I finished 5 years in college.
Then think about the record books. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's going to completely change that dynamic.
And just, the structure. How are we going to do this? We say freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. If there's 5, what are we going to call it? I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But,
a gray shirt.
Yes.
A gray shirt senior.
5th year senior.
5th year senior, I guess.
Yeah.
5th year senior.
But then it's going to just be confusing.
A first year freshman. A second year freshman.
Yeah.
First year sophomore. Second year sophomore.
Yeah, redshirt freshman is a second year freshman.
Yeah. So it's definitely confusing. Hey, I do have one thing that I wanted to let people know about before we get into the next conversation. The EV Ride and Drive is happening this Sunday, and you're invited. Join Lincoln Electric System on September 28th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the LES Operations Center, 9445 Rokeby Road, to test drive electric vehicles and talk with local EV owners and dealers. The event is free, fun, and full of discovery. Whether you're ready to make the switch to an EV or just want to learn a little bit more, this event is for you. Visit les.com/drive for details. Again, my friend had just bought an electric truck, and you can't even hear that thing coming. It's crazy because it looks like a normal, loud, powerful truck, and you can't hear it coming. So very.
You want to go
interesting
test
stuff.
drive some cars, Bob?
I would like to at least. I just like how
We go
little
to
noise they make.
We go to Rockport and come right back. Oh man! All right, y'all. Indiana started the season off, Bach, with only 11% chance of reaching the college football playoffs. Those chances have improved dramatically.
I bet.
To 58%, which is sixth best in the conference. A team we had off our radar this year. I didn't even have them on the radar this year, but I did say a dangerous Indiana is a quiet Indiana team. So we've woken that sleeping giant again. What's the difference between Cignetti and Indiana and Nebraska and Matt Rule? What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm not there. Yeah. He brought, he was at James Madison and won a lot, and I don't know. Great question.
It's a question that everybody's asking.
Yeah.
I think he's doing. Kurt Cignetti is making a lot of coaches uncomfortable because their
Mhm.
ADs are calling them in and asking them the same type of thing.
Yeah, why aren't you doing what he's doing?
He's an exception to the rule, but he is the exceptional.
Right.
Then he got less money to work with,
Yeah.
less accommodations to work with. University don't look like ours.
No, but it's interesting how they were somewhat overlooked this offseason, considering they had all Big Ten performers at every level of the defense coming back. You brought in at least a couple running backs that look solid. You had one of the top receivers in the country. Of course, they had to make the shift change at quarterback.
Probably got the best,
all right.
probably the best quarterback in the nation right now.
He's
I'm on
probably
him.
could be leading the Heisman.
14
race right
touchdowns, 0 picks, 975 yards.
Where did he come from?
He came from Cal, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
freshman or what was he?
He's a junior now, so he played plenty as a freshman at Cal. He threw for 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 picks. Then last year was his sophomore campaign, 3,000 yards passing,
Yeah, he went off.
16 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And now again to 14 touchdowns already at this point in the season. He's going to break his career high maybe in the next game, 975 yards to this point. For what it's worth, it is interesting him being the lead I've seen as the Heisman Trophy right now, because that's all off of the Illinois game. Because other than that, you're talking about performances. Yes, statistically pretty good, but Old Dominion, Kennesaw, and Indiana State.
Yeah.
So
It's Illinois as good as we think they are.
That's the other question.
They were I was surprised at how high they were ranked preseason, and they sure didn't show up in that game.
Well, it's interesting because they had a lot returning too, but it's almost like you had to put them there because they finished top 15 last year. They were returning a lot. They didn't do a whole lot overwhelming you last year, right? They just kind of won a lot of the games, the close games that they needed to. And so it provided them that top 15 spot. And then, of course, finishing that off with an impressive bowl victory over South Carolina. South Carolina doesn't look as good this year for one. So that might have been kind of steering us in the wrong direction.
Sellers getting hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts. That's Sellers is a big part of that offense.
Yeah. He did throw for 300 in this last week's loss, though. So, at least did play in that Missouri game. But, yeah, so it was almost Indiana didn't have the most, or excuse me, Illinois didn't have the most impressive standout performers, if you will, but they had a lot of their team returning from a top 15 squad. So it's just tough to put them down too far. But I don't know. It's tough to win. That's the other stat that always goes on with Illinois is it's tough to consistently win there. They've had over the last 25 years a few breakout seasons, but they're all followed by 500 or lower. Hopefully for Brett Bielema and crew, that's not the same. Of course, Nebraska last year took a shellacking from Indiana, was able to respond the next week to Ohio State to a degree, but of course, the rest of that season didn't play out the way Nebraska wanted to either. So we'll see if Illinois can respond better than Nebraska did.
I hope they can because they got shellacked.
They did.
63 to what was it?
63 to 10.
Good Lord.
And they've got USC this week, so no rest coming for them. Big noon.
Great games this weekend. Great games this weekend.
I kind of wonder about Illinois' schedule last year too. It wasn't, a killer schedule by any means.
Yeah.
Still a Big Ten schedule, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, if you look at their wins from last year, there's again a couple that stood out. Kansas was a top 25 win, didn't turn out to be a top 25 team. Of course, beat Nebraska, We know where they landed at. Beat Michigan. I think that was one of their bigger wins. But the other ones are Michigan State, Rutgers, Northwestern, and then, of course, South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Michigan was off last year. We know that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Indiana-Iowa game this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
To see if they can beat up on Iowa like that.
Yeah. It's tough to imagine I was going to keep up in that game.
It's tough to imagine, but it's also tough to imagine a Kirk Ferentz defense giving up that many points.
Yeah.
It just doesn't typically happen. We'll see. That'll be a good matchup.
Sure will. All right, let's go to break. And when we come back, Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. Let's
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles are possible this afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies with a light breeze and a high near 76. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low around 55. And tomorrow, lots of sunshine with light winds and an actually high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. for The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Sit back and enjoy listening to Dr. Chatters discuss real stories involving struggle, inspiration, and real-life experiences with special guests and insights. Remember, the higher the pressure, the greater the lift. The Law of Lift with Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Every Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com. A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
With your weekly high school sports update, I'm Nick Sainert. Capital City Schools had a respectable showing last Friday with Lincoln High beating South Sioux City 26-21. Lincoln Northeast stayed undefeated and improved to 4-0 with a 35-27 win against North Platte. Lincoln North Star blew out Omaha South 57-8. And in an inner-city matchup, Lincoln East shut out Lincoln Southwest 20-0. We now turn our attention to Week 5 action this Thursday and Friday night with Lincoln Southeast traveling to number 1 Millard South. Lincoln Northeast hosts number 6 Omaha North and number 4 Kearney versus number 10 Lincoln East this Friday night. This has been your weekly high school update on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrollout.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Rollouts, cleanup made simple.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt here on your Window World Wednesday. Get ready, get set, go. It's Todd Euler Report.
The Euler Report. All right, what's up, Husker Nation? What a tough weekend.
Yep.
I know I haven't been able to. I've just kind of stayed away from social media and stuff. I posted our reunion stuff and got some good response on that. It was fun seeing all the guys back. Talked a little bit about that Saturday on my show, but then get it, walk out on the tunnel. There's some guys that aren't with us anymore, and every 10 years gets a little scarier. You just don't know who's going to be there. Brian Schuster's one of my really good friends, and he's battling cancer right now. And I think he made a post and said, the next time I do this, I probably won't be able to walk it. I'll probably be in a wheelchair potentially. So yeah, we're getting up there in age, Terrell. It's crazy, but yeah, I had a good time at the game. Obviously, game didn't go the way we all wanted it to. I just felt Bock and Terrell just to fit, really, it was awesome. We were, the stadium was loud. It was great in the beginning, and then we're down 10, and it just felt like at any moment, it felt like we were going to be down 28. That's how I felt. And then we fight back, got a turnover, tied it up at 10, I believe. And, then boom, it's 17-10. And you're like, what? Like, feels like we're going to be down 28 any moment, right? But we held in there. I'm proud of the guys for fighting to the end and, getting the touchdown, trying to get that onside kick. It's probably closer than I thought it would be. But yeah, obviously some stuff to work on from the film, things like that. But, my week after I got done with the show here last week, I went and did an appointment and then hit the shop and was leaving the shop and got hit. Was in a car accident. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness, except my pride. My ego. It was my fault. I pulled out. I guess they had their blinker on, so I thought they were turning. So I went ahead and pulled out on the Cornhusker and got smoked a little bit. Did about $11,000 worth of damage to my car.
Ooh.
So that's why you have insurance, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So it's still drivable right now. We'll get it fixed, but like I said, kind of hurt my ego, and then the rest of the week, Friday night, hanging out with the guys and coaches, and then getting to go to the game, and then just kind of, I don't know how many of my friends reached out and said, "You got to talk me off the cliff, man. I'm done with Husker football. Done. I'm giving up my season tickets." I'm and to be real honest, like right after game, I was obviously upset as well, but at the same point, what have we done to think that, we, are going to win that game no matter what, right? Like it's a good program. It's the Big Ten. We obviously need to stop the run somehow. That was obviously the biggest concern that I think we saw, and we need to protect Dylan a little bit more. But, looking at, I think this was a respect game for Dylan. I think, he's been catching a lot of grief about the Mahomes stuff, and I'm cool with that. I'm a Mahomes fan, so I'm all good. But I thought from what little I've seen on, he's getting a lot of respect for standing in there. He still completed almost 75% of his passes being under duress the entire time. People want to say he's not elusive, and that he eluded some people in there, so I thought it was kind of a, hey, what if we would have blocked? What if, and coulda, shoulda, woulda. Terrell was the only one on the pregame show that picked against us, so I'm blaming it on him. Yeah. I'm blaming it on him. It's Terrell's fault. But
just add another W to my side.
Right.
That's right.
So, but no, Window World, we're still doing our little promotion. If you have us come out and do a quote, you're going to be entered in for 2 tickets to Northwestern. If you sign a contract, you'll have 1 entry for every $2,000 you spend upgrading your home with window siding, doors, roofing. We do anything on your exterior, gutters, downspouts, all that stuff. For every $2,000, you get 1 entry into the ultimate game day experience with me for the Iowa game, which, we'll see where we're all at that point, but could be a really big game for us. Could potentially get us into the playoff, could potentially, there's still a lot of season left, Husker fans.
That's right.
And I think if anything we take out of this loss is we learn from it, right? And get better at run defense, pass blocking, and without going into too much, it's just, some missed assignments. Obviously, when a guy runs untouched for 75 yards, you kind of wonder what happened there, right? So, I think I could have scored that touchdown. You think, Terrell? Think I could have scored that touchdown?
I don't know if you still got the
It's about the one on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, the 75-yard.
Oh, no.
You don't think I could have scored from 75?
Not at 50.
Okay, 50. Yeah. Maybe the quarterback one that was that a
wide
37-yarder.
open. Yeah, you might have been.
He was pretty wide open, and he had a blocker in front of him too. Like it was him and a blocker and nobody else. Like I'm like,
after all week thinking that was going to be a threat.
Yeah, and I thought obviously he played like a freshman quarterback. There was times the touch on the pass to the flat was just, there wasn't any. He just rifled it over there, and and so it was an interesting game. Like I said, I felt at any moment, I just had that really bad feeling that at any moment we were going to be down, but the guys battled back and they hung in there and they took their lumps, and I think we'll get better from it. I'm a hopeless optimistic in pretty much everything that I do. So I've got to hope that we get better. We got a week off, kind of lick our wounds a little bit and get refocused for Michigan State. Came out with 3:00 kickoff time. So, it'll be another afternoon game. And I kind of like the night games better.
Yeah, sure.
Personally, I just like the light show. And just, I don't like the fact that they get over so late, but now that I'm old, I'd like to be in bed by then. But So yeah, 3:00 game. I think Michigan State, I watched a little bit of the USC Michigan State game. Michigan State came out and scored right away, and then I pretty much stopped watching. So, but I saw the final score. USC's pretty good. We don't know how good Michigan State really is. That's their first real test as well, I think. So they were 3-0, right, going into that.
Yeah.
So, that's who's next. That's what this team, this coaching staff, all of Husker Nation, that's all we need to worry about is who do we got next. Play this thing one game at a time. And, I've changed my predictions to 7-5 and, all this stuff. And I still got us winning, 9 games. And I think we can do it. And I think we have the talent. I think, honestly, if we don't have the missed assignments on the 3 long runs, like, do you really, and like everybody's like, yeah, but we got the Hail Mary. Do you know that it's the percentages of completing a Hail Mary are actually higher than giving up 3 runs over that distance? Like, it is.
Right? Yeah.
Giving up 3 runs of that distance in one game is statistically harder to do.
That
happens less than
Hail Mary.
Connecting on a Hail Mary.
Wow.
Yeah. So we had a little luck for us and a lot of luck against us there. If we make they honestly didn't do a whole lot outside of those 3. I mean, that's 21 points.
Yeah.
Right. But
well, I got to ask you, you brought it up. I think if you were in the building for the Hail Mary, you might never forget where you were. What was your Hail Mary experience?
So I really thought, we were down on the sideline on the northwest corner there. And I thought, man, hey, let's go. Me and Schuster, let's go. Like, we have free food up in the Letterman's Lounge. I'm like, let's head up. And a lot of these guys had never been on the sideline before, so they didn't know how to get up to the North Stadium so we started going up, and then Rule called the timeout. I said, well, we better wait. We better just wait. So we were right at the tunnel in the North Stadium to go into that. And we waited and we saw it, and there's a bunch of people in the tunnel. We were high-fiving, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, it was neat.
Did it feel like at that time, it's weird, obviously from the television side of things and to being in the stadium, did it feel like Nebraska was lucky to have tied the game, or did it feel like Nebraska had the momentum at halftime and the stadium was kind of moving in one direction?
I don't think it created any momentum. I just think it was, okay, good thing we're tied.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I don't think any, I mean, obviously a Hail Mary at the end of a half is a lot different than, the Hail Mary at the end of the game that wins the game. Right. Like, I think everybody knew, hey, that, awesome, but it's only halftime.
There's still a lot
to
go.
There's still a second half to play. So I think that probably took a little of that, momentum, like, and then you go into half and, obviously I think I saw Michigan's coach say, hey, besides that Hail Mary, we're kicking their.
Yeah. It's that beating the snot out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, obviously, I mean, 166 yards on 3 carries. You take that away, right? We're down to 140 yards rushing against a really good rushing team, right? So I would take that. Obviously we can't give up 3 big plays. We can't give up 1 big play. I think, I don't like the Minnesota coach at all. But I did watch one of his things and he said there's, big plays. If you can keep teams under 2 big plays, you will win 84% of your games. We gave up 3.
Wow.
Right. So it's pretty interesting. What's his name?
PJ Fleck, yeah.
PJ. I can't stand that guy. But I did watch this whole 20-minute video of him teaching some philosophies on doing the little things, right?
Well, you're lucky you didn't go 25 minutes. Apparently the Colt, you get introduced to the Colt right afterwards. So.
I do it on double speed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Everything I do, I watch every video I watch. If I can, I will speed it up. And it's one of the life hacks.
Yeah.
If you haven't tried it, you literally have to focus. You get more out of it listening to it faster because you have to focus. If I listen to just this radio broadcast, rebroadcast at how we're talking, I will get, sidelined somewhere else. I'll get distracted. But if you speed things up to 1.5, I started at 1.5 and it was hard to just even understand. Now I'm at 2.0 on every video I watch. So if it's a 10-minute or a 20-minute video, it only takes me 10 minutes and I actually comprehend more of it. So super.
And you think you had to like your ears adjusted to like at first 1.5 was too hard,
Yeah.
and now 2 is even,
Same as reading,
Yeah.
right? When you first start reading, you're like, see Dick jump, over the hill, right? And then see Jane, right? And then next thing you know, you're reading faster, right? So you just have to, and it is an acquired thing. But yeah, that's one of my life hacks, Terrell. Watch stuff at 2 speed. Goes faster.
We do have a question for you too off the text line regarding Window World. Eric says, if I need a quote, how do I make sure that Todd shows up to my house?
Ask him. Tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say you want me out there, and I'll come out, and we'll
Todd
get it done.
Todd in the 2-piece.
Yeah,
that's what he wants you.
Well, or at least just bringing your rings, I think is.
Yeah, I typically always wear a ring, one of them to most appointments, so it's pretty cool. People kind of dig that.
Yeah,
getting to see the old rings.
I seen.
I've had a lot of comments.
Rich, what is his name? Rich, that does the wrestling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Lovett, yep.
Yeah, he had his rings on Saturday, and they was nice.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the new ones.
I started to snatch him and run around the stadium. He'd have been tired trying to catch me, but
well, and I posted our tunnel, and we did the little, before we always go out, the prayer or whatever we do, and then the tunnel walk, and a lot of great comments on there, but still some people that always want to say stupid things like, well, we'll never be there again. Well, you guys are living in the past. Like, well, yeah, well,
celebration.
It was we were celebrating the 30-year reunion, right? So when I went to the Ohio State Michigan game 3 years ago, maybe it was at least 3 years ago. They honored their 10-year, I think, of the 2014. Did they win it in 14?
Yep. 2014.
No, it would have been 2013, maybe.
I think 14 was the first year of the playoffs when Ohio State won, because 13, I think that was.
Well, it wasn't 2024. We were out there in 23.
Okay.
So they must have, maybe it was a 20-year reunion. Did they win it in 03? I don't know.
They did win it in 03, yeah.
So 03.
Yeah.
So it was the 20-year reunion of 03.
Okay.
And stadium, and they went nuts. It was awesome. It was we're literally right there where they all walked out. It was cool. They didn't lead the team out like we did. They honored them at halftime. So we got to at least lead the team out and have.
Did you guys have any was Bud Crawford along with you, or how did that kind of go? Was there?
Yeah, I didn't even know Bud was coming. So no, we came out first, and then
lined up, right?
And yeah, so we were on both sides of the when they ran out onto the field, and Bud led them. Then I was standing right next to Bud for a while on the sideline. Snagged a picture that got a lot of likes.
As they would, yeah, they do.
So pretty cool. He's not a big dude.
No,
I wouldn't fight him. He'd hit me 10 times before I even got my arm back. I think.
I wouldn't.
He's pretty quick.
Yeah,
pretty quick dude. Yeah, it was a great weekend except for the loss, and obviously 3-4 days later now, I'm just kind of digesting it and getting over it, and we move on and we focus on, like I said, getting a little better this week, and then taking on Michigan State next Saturday.
I got one final question for you. It has to do with your back in the car crash. Was that the first thing you kind of thought of?
So my quad and my ankle hit the side of the vehicle pretty good. I felt a little pain there, but yeah, that was the first thing I went to my mind. Like, God really, really, God was with me. I don't know how she didn't hit me right in the door. And had she done that, I would guess that my back wouldn't have been great.
Yeah.
Because it's not 100% by any means. I'm probably maybe around 80%. Still some painful, like if I lay this way or lay that way or get up or do something, there's still a little pain there. But yeah, that was one of the first things when I finally got the car out of Cornhusker Highway, because I was like, I just backed up and I didn't want to, thank goodness nobody was coming behind her, but yeah, I'd never really been in that situation before. I've been, tapped from behind or tapped somebody from behind,
Sure.
Nothing crazy like that. I'm guessing she was going at least 45 miles an hour. She did hit her brakes. She ended up with a bunch. She had some food in the back, and it ended up in her on her dash. Felt bad. And so, but I pulled back off, and as the first thing when I opened my door and, got out, like, I was just glad I could open my door, to be honest. I didn't have to crawl across and go out a different door.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stood up and I had nothing really hurt at all. Thank goodness. And then, probably 20 minutes later, I'm like, thigh's kind of sore from hitting the door.
Something.
And then my ankle was kind of just a little sore as well.
No
but
whiplash on the neck or anything?
No,
That's
no,
good.
thank goodness. Yeah. And yeah, I don't suggest it. All right.
Take it out.
All right. That'll wrap it up for this segment. Thanks to the Euler Report with Todd Euler. We'll be back with more on Bock The Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
Farmers know it all starts with the soil. At Carbon Connections, they're helping you unlock its full potential. Their high-quality humic acid improves nutrient uptake, boosts root development, and enhances soil structure, so your crops get more from every acre. But it doesn't stop there. With a full lineup of crop protection products, they help you reduce synthetic inputs while protecting yields and profits. Smarter inputs, healthier soils, better returns. It's time to grow more naturally. Visit Carbon Connections on Facebook or call them today at 402-947-1476 to learn how they can help your farm thrive. Carbon Connections, unlocking your potential.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Ready to upgrade your harvest lineup? Right now at Landmark Implement, get up to a 36-month waiver on select John Deere combines. That's 3 full years with no interest, giving you the flexibility to put the reliability of John Deere to work on your farm. Our team is here to keep your operation running strong with the latest technology, unmatched parts and service support, and the reliability of John Deere equipment. Visit your local Landmark Implement today or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Comfort food, but make it vegan. At Rutabagas, they're serving all your crave-worthy classics. Mac and cheese, loaded nachos, Philly cheesesteaks, all 100% plant-powered and 100% delicious. Catch them at their cozy spot at 70th and Vine, or find their food truck rolling through the streets of Lincoln. So whether you're vegan, veg curious, or just hungry for comfort food with a twist, Rutabagas has a plate waiting for you. Find them on Instagram for their food truck location and specials. Rutabagas, where comfort meets compassion. This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Stein Holding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there. Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwissow.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go.
Second half today. You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
You guys can't drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
It's time for Bonzal Pool and Spa's Front Load event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonzal Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Handy dandy window washer right there.
Yeah, if you're joining me at the start of Amy and Julie's video stream, I put up the window washer. What's better than watching some windows get washed?
Pretty cool. That's what you showing out there, Bock?
That's what I'm showing right now, yeah.
All right. Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt. 93.7 The Ticket. All right, Bock. Should we be worried about the new rivals ranking that just came out for the Big Ten, Bock? We are ranked number 18 in the Big Ten in recruiting so far this year. Oh.
Yeah, the class is obviously not very big, but not ideal to be where they are either. I mean, there's a few good names in there, but it's you just have to trust the coaches that they're making the right decisions and the players that they feel like are good fits. Of course, the next year they've got plenty of bigger names or a jump start to it, and have had a lot of people in this past weekend. But
How many teams are in the Big Ten?
18.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
And we're ranked number 18.
Yeah.
That's that doesn't bode well.
And that's for the 2026 class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did
I
just
guess that's
lose a wide receiver to Davion Bonwell-Witt the other day, so I'm sure that didn't help.
Where'd he go?
He just decommitted. I think I think he's been dealing with some injuries this senior year, and also kind of committed to Nebraska before Dana Holgerson and DeKale Shorts came in. So
gotcha.
They've got 2 other receivers in their class. I don't know how many more receivers they're going to win. Obviously, they've gone to the transfer portal a lot over the last couple of years to try to address that need. But as of right now, they've got a few receivers coming in too. But that's always interesting because there are reasons, and you can point to them, and you can explain away why you're 18th. But I'll tell you what, if they were number 1, we wouldn't be just saying, yeah, they're just rankings, whatever. You know, when you're 18th, you can find reasons to kind of poo-poo the rankings. But when you're near the top, you'd like to promote that a little bit more.
We are a pretty young team, though.
Yes.
I mean,
youngest team in the Big Ten.
I would say we're, you don't want to have a bad recruiting class by any means, but you don't want to, we're young.
Yeah.
We're young.
They've got 11 guys in their class right now. So again, a lot of it's just size. You look at some of they've got a few 4-stars in Danny Odom.
How many guys will we lose this year? I mean, let's say that nobody leaves in the portal, which is not going to, that's going to happen probably, but
you lose 2 linebackers, probably 3 defensive backs, 4.
Yeah, a lot in the backfield.
You lose probably, say, 5-6 guys off defense, probably. Four off offense.
Yeah, we got Spindler, right? He's just got 1 year, the Notre Dame transfer.
Yep.
Yeah. Then you lose Dane Key. You lose, who else is a senior over there? Teddy Pahoskis.
Well, I counted 19 on their roster as far as seniors. That could be off a little bit, but you're looking at, I'll just run them off here. Buford, Latofsky, Harburg, Hartzog, Javen Wright, Prohaska, Singleton, Judy, Derek Branch, Turner Corcoran, Michael Booker, Aiden Fledge, Jalen Gramstead, Sia Wright, Kevin Galick. They're going to need a new long snapper. Deshaun McCullough, Dane Key, Marquise Watson Trent, and Rocco Spindler.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some big names in there they're going to have to replace.
19.
Yeah.
So we need 19 people to come in. We got 11.
Yeah, right now they got 11. In the transfer portal, obviously they're gonna utilize that. We'll see. They might grab a few more. But I'm not. They said for a long time they're not going to take a whole lot, so it's not going to be. That's going to hurt the ranking.
Yeah.
So kind of is what it is. By the way, we did see at least college football was getting together, meetings anyways for the Big Ten and trying to figure out something with the college football playoff. They didn't figure anything out. As of right now, it looks like they're sticking with 12 teams, not expected to expand for the 2026 season, which I don't mind. We're still getting used to this expanded playoffs. I think 12 is plenty.
12's enough. I might even go to 10.
If it were up to me, it'd be less. But if they're going to do a playoff, 8 would be the max.
Yeah.
93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. This is Window World Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, same people.
God bless.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency,